Hello security gurus, welcome to AWS DevSecOps course where we are going to implement DevSecOps pipelines within AWS, and also we are going to learn about implementing security services within AWS. I'm your trainer Guru from a security guru, and I'm going to take you through this journey. So let's jump into the agenda of the course. So first we are going to learn who is the target audience for the course, what are the course benefits, how it's going to help you to become a DevSecOps engineer. So it's going to be really interesting. Then we are going to understand what is DevSecOps, how this term came into existence, why shall we learn this term, and how it's going to help you to take your career to the next level. Then we are going to learn the tools that we use for DevSecOps. We will understand all the tools being used in an enterprise environment, and we will learn what are those tools benefits. Once we are good with the tools, we will understand the basic security terms that we should know before we jump into the implementation of DevSecOps. Once we are good with the basics, we will learn about the tools that AWS provides for implementing DevSecOps. So AWS has few native services that we will be using for implementing DevSecOps. Then we need to create an AWS account. We will go through the steps. It's going to be a hands-on journey now from this lecture onwards, where we will start implementing everything within AWS. Once we have the account created, we need to install Git Bash. If you are not aware what is Git Bash is a tool for working with your source code. We will install it on our Windows machine, and then we are going to connect our Git Bash with the AWS code commit. AWS code commit is very similar to GitHub. It's just that AWS code commit is a private repository. We are going to connect Git Bash with AWS code commit so that we can push vulnerable application to code commit using Git Bash. As soon as we have an application ready for implementing DevSecOps, we will start implementing the build spec YAML file. This file will help us to create a build pipeline or DevSecOps pipeline within AWS. Once we have this pipeline ready, we will start creating a Sonar Cloud account. Once we have the Sonar Cloud account created, we will integrate Sonar Cloud with our build spec YAML file so that we can create a secure pipeline within AWS, and thus moving towards a journey of implementing DevSecOps within AWS. Next, we will populate the code coverage within Sonar Cloud. This is going to be a very important lecture as this is a real life scenario. I have experienced this issue while working on a live project. I'll explain how to fix this issue. Being a DevSecOps engineer, we need to know all these things. Then once we are good with the Sonar Cloud, we have integrated static application security testing within our DevSecOps pipeline. We will move our security tokens from our YAML file to the AWS secrets manager so that our pipeline is secure and there is no confidential information present in our pipeline. Once our pipeline has been optimized and there is no confidential information being stored in pipeline, rather we are fetching it from AWS Secrets Manager, then we will implement quality gates for Sonar Cloud within our DevSecOps pipeline. This will help us to fail our build in case our security gate is failing as well. This is very important as well. Being a DevSecOps engineer, we need to have these kinds of quality checks on the source code. Once we have done it, we will move towards implementing software composition analysis step within our AWS DevSecOps pipeline. Till now, we would have integrated static application security testing and software composition analysis within our pipeline. Next, we are going to learn about cloud security posture management. It's a new topic, very hot in the market today. Nowadays, implementing security within cloud environment is becoming automated, where we run the automated tools that scans our infrastructure to identify any kind of configuration issues. We are going to implement this tool within our AWS infrastructure to identify configuration issues. It's going to be a very interesting implementation, and you will see what kind of issues are identified that you should know being a security engineer or DevSecOps engineer, and what actions you need to take against those issues. Then once we are good with implementing CSPM, we will start implementing native AWS security services. We need to be familiar with all these services because while working on a live environment, you will be given the task of implementing these security services within AWS. It's going to be very helpful. After that, we are going to learn how we can utilize this information, and we can start putting this information that we have learned within our CV so that we can apply for DevSecOps jobs. I will help you to create a DevSecOps engineer CV, and also I will explain some of the other resources that we are providing to you at a discounted rate. I'll also explain what are the other careers within security that you can look into as per your interest, and what are the new careers that are being introduced within security. So it's going to be a very interesting course. It's going to be a hands-on course. I just need your commitment towards implementing each and every tool that we are going to integrate within our CI/CD pipeline, and you will be ready to implement DevSecOps pipeline within AWS in an enterprise environment. I hope you are really looking forward towards this journey. You are as excited as I am. So let's jump into the action and see you in the next lecture.